What no talk about we'll take this with, no. We want every belt you got. I don't care what kind of belt it is. It could be the Joe Patty seafood belt. I want that. I don't care what it was. If you had a belt in my weight class, in my prime, I wanted that.
What happens when two of boxing's most flamboyant icons, each backed by an undefeated reputation and massive self-belief, finally come face to face? At that point, it goes far beyond courtesy or mutual praise. This is a collision of eras that's been looming for years. One made his name through elite defense, surgical accuracy, and blinding quickness. The other thrilled audiences with raw power, creativity, and knockout moments that lit up arenas. Now, well past their prime years, these giants aren't meeting as pundits or ceremonial legends. They are preparing to compete once again. When Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. finally stared each other down at the DAZN press event, the moment carried more than intensity. It felt like a piece of boxing history unfolding in real time.
In the Bahamas, in Dubai, I'm traveling the world on my jet, making millions every month, not worried about nothing. And then when I see it's a chance for me to do a heist, a quick heist, I'm gonna let y'all know this. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. At the end of the day, I'm the smart one.
Let's rewind for a moment. The buzz really began when Floyd's team hinted at another blockbuster exhibition. Most people assumed it would be the usual formula, another social media personality, or perhaps a return overseas for a low-risk showcase. Then came the surprise. Roy Jones Jr. The announcement caught nearly everyone off guard. Roy had already been vocal, tossing out challenges and floating the idea of settling a few old rivalries. But once his attention turned toward Floyd, the energy shifted. It struck a nerve, because boxing fans had spent years imagining what a Mayweather-Jones matchup might have looked like in their primes. That dream never materialized. Differences in weight, timing, and business politics always got in the way.
What's happening, fight fans around the world? I know how y'all are. I know y'all enjoy this thing of boxing. I know we play games and people have their issues and people have opinions. It's cool too. I got opinions and I'm allowed to say my opinions or speak my opinions. And if somebody was trying to send me a subliminal message, it worked. Because if you want to prove that you're better than me, I'm always ready. Wide open, ready to go. It's called.
This time, there's no championship at stake and no perfect record to defend. Just two iconic fighters with pride and legacy on the line. From the very beginning, the meeting had an edge to it. Roy entered the press room with his trademark confidence, head held high, eyes focused, completely unfazed. Floyd followed in his usual composed fashion, luxury shades on, barely acknowledging the cameras until he noticed exactly who was waiting on the other side of the table.
Roy, you know there's one question on my mind and I appreciate you answering it. Does Floyd Mayweather want to smoke with Roy Jones Jr.?
Floyd Mayweather and anybody else that wants to smoke with Roy Jones Jr. You know damn well they can get in it. Has there ever been a question? That's one thing that's different from Roy. That's the difference between Roy and Floyd. Floyd picked who he fought. Roy fought whoever the fuck came to my legend. So don't get me funny. You all made me tough. Don't get me.
They must have really forgot. Don't be sorry, Chip. Don't be sorry.
But nah, anybody come my way, man, I'm always ready, bro.
Did you feel disrespect? Like, I mean, obviously you did feel disrespected.
I mean, like I said, when this man was supposing him up over there in Dubai, I was going to do this kind of live to make sure he got home with me. You understand me? So no matter what the difference may be, I still respect you as a champion. Now you're not my top five, but I still respect you.
The tension was impossible to miss. This wasn't a pair of former champions trading stories about the past. It felt like two dynasties colliding, two very different paths to greatness, both etched into boxing history, now heading straight toward each other. No punches were exchanged in that moment, but the atmosphere was charged, sharp, and anything but friendly.
He did, and that's fine. I went out of my way to troll him a little bit now. You want to fight? Come on. I mean, I ain't tripping. You ain't got to troll me. Come see me. That's who I am. I don't do talk well, you know?
Have you heard anything from him or anybody in the camp?
No, I ain't heard nothing yet, but they know where I'm at, and they know how to find me.
I mean, you think there's a possibility, Roy? Like, we might get this exhibition?
Ain't gonna be no exhibition. I want it real. Ain't no sense of being an exhibition. What we gonna play for? We both fight for real. What we playing for? Wasn't no exhibition. We didn't make it real. Exhibition for people playing. We ain't playing. I ain't anyway.
I mean, I'm being kind of lighthearted about this. You seem a little intense. I've interviewed you a lot of times. I don't think I've seen this look in your eye before.
Well, I mean, I don't bother nobody. I'm authorized. I can have my own opinion. You got a problem with my opinion, then anything I say, I'll be willing to fight about. That's why I don't fuss much, because if I say it, I mean it. And if you want to do something about it, come on.
All right, real quickly.
Inside the ring, outside the ring, I don't care. We do it wherever you want to do it. That's what I'm built for this.
Security presence was heavy throughout the venue, clearly tightened up after what happened at the airport. There was no chance of letting that chaos happen again. Even so, without a single physical exchange, the tension between them was enough to put everyone on edge. Now that the first official face-off between Roy Jones Jr. and Floyd Mayweather has exploded across social media, boxing greats from every era are weighing in, and the opinions coming out are anything but mild.
If I can turn your attention to a little bit of online beef, we saw Roy Jones here, you know, him and Floyd Mayweather getting after it. Just what are your thoughts? I know you watch it because I could see the smile on your face.
It's two uncles, man, going at it, man. I don't know what to say. You know, I don't even know how to feel about it. I mean, I do know this. They're fighters, and you know, entertainers and fighters, they're sensitive about their work. And as tough as fighters are, they are sensitive. Nobody wants you messing with their legacy, or even hinting at messing with their legacy and saying anything against their legacy. So I guess Roy said something that Floyd didn't, you know, respect, and Floyd responded in Floyd Mayweather fashion.
Is anybody wrong?
And Roy responded in RJ fashion. You know, straight to the camera, no edited footage. I'm to your face, what's up? So who's wrong? I'm not gonna get in that. I just, you know, it's tough, man. They're fighters, bro. I don't care if they're 70, they're gonna be talking like this. So I really don't have an opinion in terms of what's right.
Manny Pacquiao didn't hesitate to make his stance clear. In his view, Roy Jones Jr. comes out on top, and not by decision. Manny believes Roy has the explosiveness, timing, and unorthodox angles to stop Floyd outright. It's a bold take, and one that definitely turns heads. Oscar de la Hoya approached it from a different angle, zeroing in on the mental side of the matchup. His message was simple: going after Floyd isn't something you do lightly. If you press him, you'd better be prepared, because few fighters respond sharper or more forcefully when challenged.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia.
Yes.
No comment.
Rolly Romero.
I actually like him. I actually like Rolly because I spend a little time with him. He doesn't talk smack. He's like quiet and he does his thing. You know, he had a good fight against Ryan. Yeah, I think he's a nice guy.
Floyd Mayweather added in Roy Jones Jr.
I mean, look, once a fighter, always a fighter. Look, if you're gonna attack Floyd's character, he's gonna attack you back. That's just the bottom line. It's like with me and Berlanga. If you're gonna try to attack, like with me, I'm just having fun. Because I can.
What is the beef with you guys? It's Edgar, it's Rolly. They all seem to come at you so personally. Even Shakur, that's the next one. Give me one to Shakur. Like, what is the issue?
Well, because I have all the guys that are winners. That's it. You know, we promote, we do what we do best at Golden Boy Promotions, and they're trying to take us down. It's okay. Hey, you don't have to take me down. I'm just a promoter. Go fight your fight.
Bernard Hopkins brought a more calculated perspective to the discussion. He suggested that Floyd may be playing a risky game, methodically targeting weaknesses Roy developed through years of hard battles, and doing so with his usual attention to detail.
A show of a man vulnerability at that moment when Roy was fighting Tarver, I believe, or Glenn Johnson. One thing that I've learned over the years, and I was a villain of it, to put a man down when he's down at his side or when he's down by a punch. I'll say that if you look at Roy Jones' defeats and you look at his longevity of victory and very unorthodox, unusual, probably never be again style that he had, I think that good of him in his era will always, and stands now, overshadows anything that went the opposite, means defeat. Roy Jones' rewards and his victories supersede 10 times than his defeats.
Things took a more personal turn when Floyd's uncle, Jeff Mayweather, finally weighed in. His perspective carried extra weight. Few people understand Floyd's habits and mindset better. And if Jeff is comfortable with this matchup, It signals that Floyd isn't treating it lightly. James Toney brought a completely different energy. He didn't dance around the topic at all, insisting that if this fight happens, Floyd would have to engage directly. No shortcuts. Antonio Tarver struck a more measured tone. He acknowledged Floyd as one of the sharpest minds the sport has ever seen, but reminded everyone that Roy Jones Jr. is a once-in-a-generation talent with rare, almost unnatural ability. When you put all those viewpoints together, it starts to feel like more than just another event. It's shaping up as a clash of eras. Floyd's calculated brilliance against Roy's explosive greatness, with the boxing community split right down the middle. And the stakes? They have nothing to do with titles or rankings. This is legacy territory. For Floyd, sharing the ring with Roy carries real risk. He's turned past exhibitions into controlled showcases, but Roy Jones Jr., even at this stage of his career, represents a completely different challenge.
That you want to elaborate on, or is there something that maybe you don't like about Floyd?
One thing I don't like is that you don't respect elders. You talk about Muhammad Ali got beat by an 8-0 fighter. That 8-0 fighter was an Olympian who was a monster, who, if you had a monster like that in your weight class, you wouldn't fight him at that time. You understand where I'm coming from? So, that being said, you're disrespecting the greatest fighter of all time. And if you disrespect him, you disrespect anybody. So you have no respect. But when you see me, you're gonna have some respect. Because if you wanna get it, we can get it. I'm gonna go earn my respect.
But I didn't hear you say anything disrespectful about Floyd.
I never do. I'm not the disrespectful type of guy. That's not who I am. I'm the type of guy. The reason I'm not disrespectful is because when I say something, I'm ready to die for it. So if I say this, I'm willing to die for this. You understand me?
You stand on it.
I stand on it. You understand me? I'm not, like I said, I don't think LeBron is not a great player. I'm not one of the greatest players of all time. But if you ask me, in your opinion, my opinion, which I'm entitled to, you think LeBron or Mike, I'm gonna say Mike because I saw what Mike went through to get where he got. So I got my own reason why I'm gonna probably like Mike. I'm not saying just you're trash. No, you're not. I'm not saying you're not a great player.
Right.
I'm not saying you're not one of the top 5. Because you could be that, you feel me? And in most people's opinion, you probably are. Some people's opinion, you probably top 1. That's not, I can't say, oh, I'm right and everybody's wrong. No, that's just my opinion.
Right.
I'm entitled to my opinion. But I will fight about my opinion. So if you got a problem with my opinion, whoever, call my house. It ain't changed.
Floyd's reputation has always been rooted in control, dictating every moment and avoiding real damage. If Roy manages to land a single clean shot that visibly rattles him, that image changes instantly. One stumble is all it takes for the illusion of invincibility to crack. And in today's world, that moment would live online forever.
70 fights, 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
For Roy, this moment is about reclaiming his narrative. There was a time when he sat at the very top of the pound-for-pound lists, before the late career setbacks changed the conversation. Getting the better of Floyd, even in an exhibition setting, could reshape how his career is remembered. It would silence the critics who argue he hung around past his prime.
The Floyd 50-0, or is it like...
You gotta respect anything a person does and stay undefeated that long. So I respect it to a degree, yeah. Is it a 50-0 that I think, oh, he the greatest fighter all the time? Nah. Chavez was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could have retired at 80-0. You go ever top that? No. He just didn't stop, right? You got the 50 and you stopped because of Rocky Marciano.
Right.
So Rocky died. If he wouldn't die, he probably would have kept going too. So and then at the end, you fight a guy that's 0-0 for number 50. How can I respect it? Yeah. You feel me? Right. So, I mean, I love Floyd, don't get it wrong, I'm not hating on Floyd, but come on, bro, you fight a guy that's 0-0, Conor McGregor was 0-0.
And underneath everything, there's the real fuel driving this matchup, pride. Floyd has taken quiet shots for years, offhand comments, slick interview moments, subtle digs that didn't go unnoticed. Roy eventually hit his limit, especially after Floyd shared that silent clip of him being knocked out. No explanation, no words, just a message loud enough on its own. That moment lit the fuse. This isn't just about putting on a show anymore. It's about respect. Since the announcement dropped, the internet has been in full meltdown mode.
What you mean? All right, so Roy Jones has said so. about him, and he ended up making a post. Floyd Mayweather ended up making a post about Roy Jones getting knocked out. Y'all ain't seen that shit? I'm gonna put it in the chat.
It's silly because, you know, a lot of people don't have, you know, a lot of boxers do not like Floyd. Like, a lot of people don't have a lot of good things to say about Floyd. You know what I'm saying? But again, Floyd ain't got like,
Yeah. He don't care. He just
I think a lot of the boxers, and I ain't saying Floyd is bad, and I think a lot of boxers, man, they had nothing to do with Floyd either.
Right, which is do his own thing.
They wanted to, like, but they didn't have like.
And what you just brought up, and bring up.
Fans are split right down the middle. Some believe Floyd will still glide around the ring, relying on his conditioning, defense, and footwork to stay a step ahead. Others are convinced Roy will apply pressure, turn it into a gritty fight, and force uncomfortable exchanges. They argue that Roy's power and unconventional angles haven't disappeared, and that could be dangerous for someone like Floyd, who hasn't faced consistent punishment in years.
Yeah, I heard all about it. I saw Roy Jones call out Floyd Mayweather after Floyd Mayweather's subliminal disses. I saw it. And you guys are hitting me up repeatedly. Showbiz, who do you have if Roy Jones and Floyd Mayweather were to fight? And, you know, I must say, Roy Jones is my favorite fighter ever. He's my favorite fighter ever. You guys know I was a huge fanboy and all those things. I've said it repeatedly. But if they were to fight, I'll be rooting on Floyd Mayweather, man. I can't. Listen, regardless of how many times I've criticized Floyd and his career or whatever, Tim T has always shown me love, man. Floyd Mayweather showed me love, his son, his family. Look, Tim T has always shown love, bro. They have kept it a bean. I just never really been able to connect with Roy like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen him a few times. But I'm going with Floyd on this one.
Let's break down the chess match. Roy's clearest edge is physical. He's the naturally bigger man and carries a long history of knockout power that demands respect. Even now, glimpses from his training suggest that explosiveness hasn't completely faded. His approach has never been conventional either. Jumping hooks, strange angles, off-tempo jabs. His awkward rhythm can disrupt even the most composed fighters. For Floyd, the path is narrow but familiar. He has to stay mobile, avoid prolonged exchanges, slow the pace, and pick his moments with sharp counters while stealing rounds through control. That plan only works, though, if Roy never lands clean. And with Floyd getting older, there's an open question about whether his durability is still what it once was.
Explosive, and he's very mean.
I was gonna say mean
To me, people don't give him enough credit. People always say, well, Floyd would beat Sugar. No, baby, Floyd is not as near as mean as Sugar was.
You don't think he would have beat him?
How? How you gonna keep him off of him? Sugar is a dog. Just cause his name Sugar don't mean nothing. Sugar is a dog. People don't give him enough credit for that. You gotta think, this in around, between around 13 and 14, I think. Angelo Dundee said, you're blowing it, son. Sugar Leonard got went there and put these things on Tommy Hearns, who knocked Roberto Duran cold with one shot. Your Tommy hit you just like G-Man. You've been hit. So for Sugar to go out there and do that, man, they don't give Sugar enough credit. You understand me?
He's a great finisher too.
They don't give Sugar enough credit.
He gets you hurt,
They don't give Sugar enough credit. So for me, I like Floyd, and Floyd is cool, but it's like, it's gonna be hard for me to see how they're gonna take it and beat Sugar. I mean, they'd have to do something different, that's for sure. Now, if he did something different, he probably have a chance, but just the way he been doing with normal people, that's not gonna work. What I saw in his prime, that's not gonna work with Sugar. Sugar got a third element right there. He does. He got a third element right there. And we know that. We think Floyd got one, but we don't know. We never seen the chapters. We know Sugar got one.
Let's call it what it is. Floyd's exhibition run has included influences, crossover fighters, and opponents far outside the elite boxing lane. It was entertaining early on, but over time, fans started treating it like a joke. This matchup is different. Roy isn't a novelty opponent. He's a legitimate boxer with a historic resume, and is stepping in with something to prove. Floyd can't coast through this one. Not with the spotlight this bright. Not with a true Hall of Famer standing across from him. Even if it's only a few rounds. Even without an official verdict, everyone will be watching the details. Who controlled the exchanges? Who looked sharper? Who forced the other onto the back foot? This isn't about scorecards. It's about pride. And pride doesn't follow exhibition rules.
Not because he did a great job, but he did it for himself and it worked for him. But Everybody now wants the Mayweather concept because Mayweather made so much money staying undefeated, waiting till the right time to fight Pacquiao, fighting the right people to fight at the right time. He monopolized the business. But the problem was, it only made him money and the people he was fighting. It didn't make money for the whole sport. So what he did himself a great job, but it hurt the sport because not everybody wants to fight, stay undefeated. You understand me? Me, it's like when two guys get here, they gotta meet. No, wait. They was here 5 years ago. They should have met. You understand me? Because now, we probably could have got 3 good fights out of it. You understand me? But because we waited too long, the problem what people don't understand is, tomorrow's not promised to nobody. Guess what?
This face-off was more than two aging icons trading words on a stage. It served as a reminder that greatness doesn't simply fade away. These are fighters who redefined the sport and left their mark on entire eras. And even with their legacies already secured, there's still something driving them. For Floyd, it's about reinforcing the belief that no one ever mastered the ring the way he did, and that, even now, he remains a step ahead and hard to touch.
Straight into it, right? How do you beat Floyd? He hasn't been beaten. How do you get through the Philly shell?
I'm Roy Jones Jr.
What is it? All right, you got it, Roy. You're the best, legend. Thank you. Fight hype.
That wraps things up for today's video. If you like what you watched, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Drop your opinions in the comments. We want to hear them. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.